If a version of yourself came back from the future and you could ask it 10 questions, which questions would you ask? Today we dive into that rich topic. Francesca Fiorentini, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
I love the idea of getting access to sort of secret knowledge. I find very appealing, even if it's just what I would know in the future, which has its own baked in limitations. But so I had a hard time narrowing this down, and I wanted to make sure that I had a mix of serious and not so serious stuff, because I would actually in practice want to know both types. So anyway,
I feel like I know there's aliens in your list. I know there's somewhere. There's like,
you'll have to stay tuned to find out. But do you want to get us started?
Yeah, do you regret having kids?
Oh my God.
Tell me right now.
On the precipice of birth, that's what you want to ask.
It's not too late. No, I'm kidding, just kidding, little one.
Oh my God.
Okay, questions I want to ask my older self.
Oh, I thought that was your first one. I thought you were serious.
No.
Okay, what's your number 5?
Number 5, what is one thing I should stop worrying about? One thing.
Okay. Do you have a suspicion? Like in your mind, are there things that you're considering, but you just want clarification?
No, I mean, it could be anything from, owning a home, retirement, kids, career stuff, like how I look,
Which is great, by the way.
Thanks, but there's a lot of makeup on this mug right here.
Stop worrying about the makeup on your mug.
Yeah, exactly. Or anything. Just like, what's one thing I should let go of now?
I like that would be useful. I think almost anyone could benefit from that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that many people would agree with one of my inclusions, but my number 5 would be, how bad is it gonna get climate-wise?
Yeah.
I wanna know. And this is assuming that this is me from the future in like 50 years. Like, how bad is it really? Like, cause the rivers are drying up right now in 2022. So in 50 years, like, are you like, do you have no friends but your knife? Like, how are you surviving? Like, are there just bands of scavengers? Do we get it together? Is everyone zipping around in an electric car and we produce all of our energy via solar and we're sucking all the carbon out of the air? Like, I wanna know if we made it or not. That's what I'd like to know.
I think we'll make it, but our kids
tough
and
times.
Our kids, tough times. Tough times. Or like, how do cockroaches taste when barbecued? That kind of question. Could be like, will rats know how to make a macchiato in the Starbucks? Because in the future it's gonna be just rats and roaches.
It's slacker rats. Yeah.
They want all their tuition relieved and forgiven. Yeah, I think one of my number 4, and we can just sort of I'll piggyback on yours, is, does it get any better? And it is very broad in my opinion. Like, it is politically, it is like climate wise, it is for like civil rights, it is, I don't know, advancements in like anything. Like, is there a better Peloton coming out that's cheaper? Like, yeah, is housing more affordable? Are there fewer people sleeping on the streets? Like, does it get any better? And I think,
do we still have animals?
Yeah. Oh, that is a great one. That actually should be its own. But like, hey, are koalas still a thing?
They're barely a thing now.
I know.
I'm gonna piggyback you slightly because I have something kind of like that coming up. But yeah, I mean, you want to have hope, and more than anything, these questions would probably be targeted around trying to have hope, maybe gaining a little bit of wisdom or something like that. But hope.
Yeah.
And to that end, my number 4 is there still a Marvel Cinematic Universe?
No.
Does it just keep going and going? Like, in 40 years, are we in phase 30 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Are we watching Hulk 13? I want to know.
What answer do you want your older self to give you?
It would be really sad to me for this grand experiment to end. There's never been anything like this in cinema. I want to. I mean, I might get sick of it at some point, but I'm not there. And I don't feel like I'm close. So if you told me that there was another solid 10, 20 years of awesome shows and movies, that would provide hope to me.
Do we all get deep vein thrombosis from sitting through a 3-hour,
Probably.
a 5-hour movie every like 4 months or less?
Worth it.
You know, I do feel like, you know, in the little planes that are the little spaceships in Wall-E, where all the fat people are watching, you know, just watching movies. They're watching nothing but the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I hate you.
That's all they're watching. They're like, we're gonna watch this until it's safe to go back down. Let's see. Okay, number 3. God, now I'm like, They're
gonna pop back in a time portal soon. You only have 3 more questions.
I know. Damn it. Okay, here's number 3. Should I do a total career pivot? Like total career pivot. You know what I mean? Cuz like I'm going down the like punditry, comedy, you know, trying to sell shows, trying to like, you know, make it a little bit in my corner of like progressive entertainment but should I just like become an osteopath because they're healers and they're amazing? And should I like get an MD? Get an MD? Is that even a thing? B&M, I think it's B&MD.
Become a doctor. We'll go broad
Become a
with
doctor. It. Thank you. See,
I think that if you can't figure out how to say it, I don't think you can do it. Let me set your mind at ease. You wouldn't make it.
Fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
I'm kidding.
Straight
I'm
up,
kidding.
fuck you.
You could become a doctor. No, I think
I could B's and MDs. I got lots of M's and D's.
You could have so many letters. You could have so many letters.
I don't have any
name.
I have no M's or D's in my very long name, but I could get them.
Yeah.
No, I want to know if I should do a total career pivot for happiness.
Yeah, I know that really is the question, because there's endless jobs. Some of them you'd hate, but some of them undoubtedly you would like more and be better at. Like you're great at what you do, but you're undoubtedly better at something else that you'll never do. That's sort of the chaos of life.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm not a good student. No, well, I don't know if I nailed it, but I'm definitely not like a good enough student or necessarily smart enough to become a doctor. But I do like, I don't know, I could be like a cruise masseuse.
That would be cool. One of the good things about getting older is that as you get older, you become too old to do any of those new things, so you don't have to feel bad about it. Like I can't switch over and become an actor now. It's too late for me, so I don't have to worry about it. That's nice.
That's not true. There's second careers all the time, man.
I watch episodes of like Top Chef, and people will be like, you know, I was an Olympic athlete and then I became a chef. And I would think, I wonder if I became a chef. That's probably too late.
That's such a like cushy turn. I was an Olympic athlete and then I'm a chef. I know,
one of them did that,
no
but
way.
You know, they'll be like, I was a programmer and I became a chef.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like, that's a good question. Yeah. My number 3 is similar to your jokey one, which is, did I have kids? If so, how many? Like, was that a thing? I'd like to know that. I, could be worried by the answer, I guess. But yeah, I would like a little bit of, like, if I'm gonna find out one sort of fact about my life later on, that's the one that I'd wanna know. Like, if I was just checking in what happened to me, that's the thing that I would probably ask.
Whereas I'm like, how many, like what degree of rippage are we talking about? Was it first, second, third degree?
Third degree rippage. We got a bleeder.
That's what I mean. No, it's tearing, but yeah.
Neither's good. You don't want to tear or rip that stuff, but
that's a good question. I think also related, like how long did my mom actually live? Because if it's 110, I'm gonna have to start poisoning. I'm just kidding.
Slow murder, they're coming up.
Slow murder.
What's your number 2?
Okay, that's a cute one, you guys. I want to know if you're gonna be a dad. Number 2, which American political party implodes first? The Republicans or the Democrats? And by implode, I mean like which breaks into two. There's a new forms a new party, not the forward party, but like which one like breaks up, for better or worse. Which one breaks up? I'm fascinated by that question.
That is fascinating. But what if you found out no, it was the forward party took over?
Then I want off.
Like, oh, okay.
And we're done.
I get a second red smile.
Oh God.
Tulsi becomes president and has an 80% approval rating.
Nope. Then I'm just doing whippets until I die.
Jeez. Oh God, I can't.
But don't you want to know?
Though.
Right? Yeah. Like, yeah. And
mine, if I could glom, mine is very similar.
Okay.
I think it would sort of require that, which is, did we ever get a truly progressive president?
Yes.
Like a progressive that we were enthusiastic about, that was bold and was actually progressive once they became a president. Did that ever happen? That might require that breakdown of the party structure that you're talking about. But that's what I'd want. That's one of the biggest hope ones. Like all of this is working towards a lot of things that it's not necessarily encapsulated in a president. But if you can check on one thing to get an idea of how much change there's been, I think that's a pretty big one.
But also because you could get a sense like, well, we were very close. Or yes, we did, but they were assassinated, and then we could act accordingly. And so we can kind of, again, back to this like clues for the future, be like, all right, well, with maybe if I like dropped my job and organized, or if I did something or rallied people, or, or like I protected that person that day and like took the bullet, you know what I'm saying? I would be the martyr, blah, 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 like,
Oh, damn, that's a top 10 list we're gonna do.
Top 10 ways to become a martyr for the left.
Top 10. That's funny. Top 10 people we'd take a bullet for.
That's pretty good.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
Don't
anyway,
say AOC, you simp.
Oh, do you think she's gonna be on my list? Come on. Anyway, so with that, it's the first time my list has ever been the same name 5 times. Okay, so. What's your number 1 though?
Okay, number 1 feels a little shallow, but it's no, I don't know. It's difficult. Can you go first?
Yes, mine is shallow.
Okay,
it's the most shallow of all of them. Well, the Marvel one.
Am I hot?
It's a simple. Am I hot now? It's not even about the future. It's like, do you like me now?
Do you think I'm cute?
No, it's shallow. It's materialistic. It's the simplest one. It's what literally everyone would actually have as their number 1. What stock should I buy?
Oh God.
What's gonna really blow up? Just tell me. Come on. What do I buy?
What's the next Google?
Is it Amazon? What do I do? Come on, I'll buy whatever. Give me it. Come on, give me it. That's what it would be. I don't care. Like money is not the most important thing to me. Clearly, the continued existence of the MCU is the most important thing to me. Obviously. But I mean, if I could use one of my questions to become rich, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
What about you?
I have a lot of questions about aliens. I have a lot of questions about like climate technology. Like, do we ever really like? Is there a silver bullet? But I feel like I know the answer to both of those things. Like I don't think, sadly, there'll be contact in my lifetime, and I know there's not a silver bullet. But I am very curious as someone who has EU citizenship. I have EU citizenship because my dad's Italian and he was born in Italy. Is Italy better than the United States? Is what I want to know. I mean, obviously it is currently for many reasons, but generally, like, should I stake my future? Should I go there? Should I go there instead of staying here? And like, how would I make that work? And da. But like, and if not any other EU country, just name an EU country.
Where should I move?
Where should I move effectively?
I don't know much about Italy. presently. I mean, I know that there's like the far right thing, but glass countries with America.
I mean, I think it's like an S show. Can we swear? I forget. I already said fuck you a million times on this, but
then yes, I guess we can probably.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a shit show. Like politically, Italy's always a little bit of a shit show. But I do think, like, I don't think that it's like Spain where there's a little bit more of a stronger left that could, rise to power. They have like their weird like comedian turned right-wing populist, which I guess is a thing. Which is another question I have. Like, do I eventually just give up the ghost and become a right-wing grifter?
Yeah. Oh, no, mine would be, does the right ever come up with a second joke? That's what I want to know.
Beyond trans people, does the right ever accept trans people?
I identify as an assault rifle. Anyway, those are 10 questions we would. Honorable mention for me. I decided to only put up one pop culture one because they only have 5. But it would be, did George R.R. Martin ever finish Game of Thrones?
Yes, that's such a good one. That's such a good one. And do Beyonce and I become BFFs?
Yes, you do. I can answer that one. Anyway, that's our top 10 list. Thank you everyone for being a member and making this extra content possible. Thank you, Francesca, for being here.
Thank you, John.
And everyone.
I am MD. I got my MD.
She's all doctored up, and we'll see you soon.